Hi everyone, how are you? I've got a question for you today. Are you feeling nosy? And would you like to have a look at my stash? Yes? Well, I'm glad you said that because I haven't planned anything else. Okay, so welcome to my sewing space. As you might know, I sew in my living room, so down that end of the room is our family living room, and up this end of the room is my sewing space. I've got my desk behind me and my wonderful calyx unit right here. And this is it. This is where I keep all my fabric, all my patterns, all my notions, everything. I don't have a space anywhere else for overflow, so I have to really try and keep things neat and tidy. Having said that, there's a pile of fabric up here that doesn't fit in any of these cupboards yet. So let's have a look, let's see what I've got. These are my fabric baskets. There isn't fabric in all of these. I think maybe 6 of them have got fabric in. Yeah, let's get started. We'll start with this one. It's closest. I'll just go through them one box at a time, I think. So, right, this one has a few fabrics in and a few projects that are already cut out in project bags. I'm not that kind of person who has loads of projects cut out and ready to go, but sometimes I'm in the mood for something, I cut it out, and then I'm not in the mood to sew it up, so it ends up in a project bag in here. So there's a few of those, but the first piece of fabric is this one. I think I showed you this quite recently. This is So Hayley Jane cotton that has already been cut out and is on my desk actually, in a Jenna shirt, so that's going to be my next make. I then have a pattern in here. I've got this Amara vest by Tessuti and the fabric to make that in, which is this very lovely cobalt blue boiled wool. And it's only in here because it doesn't fit anywhere else because it's quite chunky, as you can see. Fabric wise, I've got this pack of what I thought were fat quarters, but as you can see, they're definitely not fat quarter size. I bought this from Amazon recently, and my plan is to make some kind of patchwork garment. There's 100 in there, I think, of various different colours. So yeah, not firmly decided what that's going to be, but it will be some kind of patchwork item. I then have a couple of projects cut out, so I've got the Ray top by Tessuti, and that's in this florally viscose. I have the Wardrobe by Me Freedom dress, and that is cut out in this viscose that I have had lying around for ages, and I do not remember where I got it from. I know it was quite cheap, so I thought I would trial the Freedom dress in that, but as you can see, once I'd cut it out, it just went in the drawer. And then I've got one more project in here, which is an Ilford jacket. This one is for a friend, and I really should get this made up because she's been waiting very patiently for a few months now. It's in this, I think this is called Half Panama, and it's a natural fabric, so it's undyed, and it's got the little sort of speckles of the flax seeds in it. That was from Merchant and Mills. And that's it really for this first one. I've also got just bits of interfacing and packaging bits and bobs that I've saved in the bottom of there. So that one wasn't too exciting, was it? It gets better, I promise. Just shove these back in. Pop it over there. Okay. Box number 2. We'll go with this one. Now this is woven fabric that I've had for quite a while. So it's fairly heavy. It's quite a bit in here. So the first one I'll show you is this. Get it right up. So this is actually a quilting weight fabric, and it was from Hobbycraft. I've got about 3 meters, and I just thought it would make a pretty summer dress. I was originally thinking about the Daisy dress by Rosery Apparel, but then, as you know, I went on a bit of a Nell dressmaking spree, so that's still in here waiting to be turned into something lovely. I have this cotton fabric, which actually my husband chose for me to make him a shirt, and yeah, as you can see, I have not got around to that yet. Sorry, Neil. I then have this lovely piece of Liberty Tana lawn. I don't have loads of this, I think there's about 1.5 meters, and I got this from So Confident when I went to Scotland last year. My intention for this was to make the blouse by the Avid Seamstress. But yeah, if you think of any other blouses that you think that might work for, let me know. I then have this piece of, I think it's cotton twill. It's a designer deadstock fabric, and I think it was ex-Barber, and I got this from Jenny Stitches as a remnant piece. I originally intended to make an Ava skirt by Sew Over It, but yeah, maybe that's what it will become. I don't know, maybe I've changed my mind on that one. I then have this lovely viscose, which again is a very pretty little design, nice lightweight and floaty. Not a clue what to make that into. I have stopped sewing with viscose lately. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's just a time of year thing, but I've really been enjoying sewing with cottons and linens and cotton linen blends lately. So there's probably a lot of viscoses in here that are unused. Having said that, this one is another cotton. So this one is a Liberty quilting cotton, and I bought this at one of the shows last year. It's got all the little London icons all over it, and I intend to make a blouse out of that one. I have this little remnant, and this is an Atelier brunette fabric, which I picked up from Guthrie Ghani, and it's only 50 centimetres, but I thought it might be good for pocket bags and facings and things in the autumn and winter when I make pinafores and that kind of thing. You want to make it in a chunky fabric, but you don't want your linings and things to be in a chunky fabric, so I thought that one might work for that. I also have this lovely piece of viscose. Now, I'm pretty sure I got this from the swaps table at the Staffordshire Social. I think it might have been Sarah who brought this one in, and she didn't think it was her colours. Oh, look at that. I've actually put a sticker on this one. So yeah, it's 1.8 meters of viscose, and I got it from the swaps table. So very pretty. No idea what to make with it. I have this, which I think is a linen viscose, and I got this from Little Legs Fabrics at one of the trade shows last year. It's quite summery, and I had thought I'd turn it into some kind of summer dress this summer, but I haven't. As you can see, it's still here. I've got 2 meters of that, I think. So let me know if you've got any ideas for that one. This one, I have no idea what this is. I'm pretty sure I got this from Sarah, who is Sew Sarah Style. She brought it to the swaps table at the social, and I've got about 1 meter, the full width of the fabric, and then I've got this little extra bit here on the end. It doesn't stretch at all lengthways, but it has got quite a bit of stretch widthways. It feels really sort of velvety. It's definitely got a nap to it. I can feel it. If you stroke it in the wrong direction, you're pushing against the pile. So not a clue what that is or what to make with it, but it's very nice. I then have this remnant of cotton dobby. So I've already used some of this and I made a Remy Raglan by Sew House 7, but I've got at least a metre left, maybe 1.5 meters. This I bought from the fabric outlet in Newcastle under Lyme, so it was cheap as chips, but very pretty. This one is very, very beautiful. So I won this in the raffle on maybe my first or second visit to the Staffordshire Social, and it is gorgeous. I think it might be the nicest piece of fabric in my stash. So yeah, why is it languishing in the bottom of this box? I know why. It's because it's so nice, I'm scared of messing it up. So I'm saving it for that perfect project. Will that ever come? I hope so. Yeah, it's really lovely. It's from that fabric company whose name I can't pronounce. Is it Eglantine and Zoe? Something like that. So that's very, very nice. I think I've got 3 meters of that. So a nice long dress. I have this, which is another viscose, and again I think that came from the Staffordshire Social, and this might have been Sarah's as well. She might have put that on the swaps table. Very nice, quite a bit of that in there. This beauty is from Guthrie Ghani, and I think it's an Atelier Brunette. It's lovely viscose. Is it a twill? Might be a viscose twill. This nice print on. I think I've got 1.5 meters of that one. That is destined to be a wintry blouse. I have another viscose, and I told you I've not been sewing with much viscose. It's all in this box. But I've got this one, and I think I got that from Just Sew Penrith. I've had it for quite a while. Yeah, I think the intention was probably to have some kind of drapey top or blouse, but it's still there. And the last one in here is this viscose. So this one is definitely intended to be a shirt, and I have actually got this out a couple of times to cut out, but the placement of that pattern puts me off. Although it's, in a way, it's random, but it is actually in straight lines. So I'm really conscious about lining up the fabric and the pattern piece just right. So yeah, I think I don't like it enough to put in all that effort, which is why it's still in this box. Okay, so that is box number 1, woven fabrics I have had for quite some time. Shove these back in. I'm getting pins and needles. It's not a good idea to sit on the floor in your 40s. Not for long anyway. Okay. Push that one over there. Ooh, yeah, my leg has really gone to sleep. Right, I'm going to save this one till last because I know that has got my most recent fabric purchases in, so all the good stuff's in there. So let's go with this one. Oh, right, okay, so this one is heavyweight wovens. Okay, so the first one in here is this very lovely piece of Ventana cotton twill, and that is from Sew Me Sunshine. this has a plan, and it's going to be the jacket from Sew Over It, and I can't remember the name of it right now. It's their take on a sort of workwear jacket. I'll put the name below, and I'll link to the pattern in the description, but that's what that is for. I have this rather heavy weight cotton twill, and this is for a pair of, what are they called? The Tilly and the Buttons trousers. Tilly and the Buttons, I forget. The woven trousers with a zip fly. So I bought this fabric from the fabric outlet. It was not expensive, and that's to give those a go. I've never put a fly in anything before, so this will be a test. I then have this piece of fabric, which is actually quite stretchy. I'm not really sure what it is. It's almost like a ponte, but a bit heavier. So it's got quite a bit of stretch that way, and even more stretch that way. I wonder if this is a gabardine. I think I must have bought it not really knowing what it was, and I've never purposely bought a gabardine, so this could be that. But that will probably be a pair of trousers. I've got about 2 meters of that. I then have this remnant of brushed cotton. Now this was from Abercorn Fabrics, and I have already used some of this to make a little pinafore dress. So this is just what I've got left. I thought it would be really nice for some pyjama bottoms. I then have this, which is just some white cotton canvas. Yeah, nothing special about that whatsoever, but might make a good toile for a pair of trousers, or a bag or something like that. And this was from Holly's Haberdashery. And then this one is gorgeous. This is the best one of the bunch. So I've got this beautiful quilted fabric. It's double-sided. It's this lovely chocolatey brown. It might look a bit black on the screen, but it's actually a sort of chocolatey brown colour on one side. And then we've got this lovely ochre colour on the other side. Did I say this was from Merchant and Mills? And I bought it as a second because it had some of the stitching was not perfect, but actually when it arrived I was really pleased because I just snipped off the bits that weren't perfect, and I don't really think you can tell that there's ever been anything wrong with it. So that's lovely. I bought it at the end of last winter, so it went into the stash for this coming winter, and it will probably be a quilted vest or quilted jacket. So that is all of my heavyweight wovens. Let's chuck those back in there. Let's look at this one next. So this is my stash of corduroy fabric. I don't have too many, but they are mostly brown and green. Apart from this one, although this is a bit brown as well. So I got this from Becky, who's What Beck Sews. We did a bit of a fabric swap. I had some Minerva exclusive viscose that she liked, and she had this, so we swapped. I'm not sure what I will make with it, but I really liked it and I thought the colours were quite me. I then have another chunky piece of corduroy, and this one was from Guthrie Ghani. Very nice. I think that's going to be a pinafore in the winter. I struggle with corduroy, because I just instantly think pinafore or a little sort of short wintry skirt. But have you got any ideas what else you can use it for? Let me know. This one is another green, and it's a bubbly corduroy. That was from Higgs and Higgs, and that is for an Ava skirt in the winter. And the Ava skirt is by Sew Over It. I have another green piece, which is this one, but the lines are much narrower on this one. And I think this was also from Guthrie Ghani. I think I picked this one up in their sample sale at the end of last year. So I've got quite a bit of that. Could be trousers actually, I've definitely got enough for trousers in that one. And then I've got this one, which is very similar to that green, but it's just a brown version. And I've had this for ages. It was a really huge piece originally. I have already made a Tilly and the Buttons pinafore dress for me, and a pair of trousers for my grandson Cole when he was a baby, and I've still got loads left, so it was a massive piece. That is all of the corduroys. I'm going to pause the video for a minute while I take a bit of tea. Okay, that's better. I didn't tell you what I'm wearing. This is my Friday Pattern Company Butano shirt, and I'm still not 100% sure about it, but I'm trying to wear it a bit more often to see if I'll grow to love it. But at the moment it's a bit of a, yeah, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. Okay, let's get box number 5 out. We'll go with this one. Oh, this one's heavy. So this is my entire collection of stretchy fabrics. So as you can see, I have mostly wovens in my stash, but I do have a few stretches in here. Okay, so the first one actually is quite a recent purchase. So I bought this on Saturday when I went back to Birmingham. I had to go back to Barry's and buy some more pink linen, you know, had to, I was desperate. And I had a walk through the market on my way back to the station and spotted this. It was £1 a metre, and it was a 4 metre piece. So I was like, well, I've just got to have it, be rude not to. It kind of gave me So Sarah style vibes when it was hanging up. These stripes run vertically all the way down the fabric, and I thought it might make a nice loungewear set. The ones she's been making recently are beautiful, so yeah, that's for one of those. I have these 2 fabrics which I bought at the same time, both cotton jerseys I think, and I've got 1.5 meters of each one. And I think I got these from Simple Life Fabrics. Again, I've had them quite a while, and I'm not sure what I was planning, maybe some pyjamas or a long sleeve top maybe, but yeah, as you can see, they're still here. I then have this piece, and I'm not entirely sure what this is. It might be a ponte. I picked that up from the swaps table at the social, and it's very pretty. It's got a little bit of stretch, but not much. Definitely more stretch horizontally, but it's got these really nice sort of little glittery design on it. I thought it might make a nice mini skirt in the winter. So yeah, I've got that. I have this very vibrant viscose jersey. Where did I get that from? Can't actually remember where I got that one from. Yeah, sorry, not a clue. Then have this piece which I got from the swaps table at the social. I'm pretty sure that I got this at the same time as that tealy flower viscose that I showed you earlier, and Sarah brought both of these in. She didn't think they were her colours, but I really like them and I thought that they went quite well together. So I picked that up. I've then got these two, which again I bought at the same time, and I got these from Jenny Stitches. They're both cotton jerseys, and I've probably got about 1.5 meters of each one. And the plan for these was to make a colour blocked pyjama set. I thought that might be quite fun, but they're still here. Nice fabric this though, good quality cotton jersey from Jenny Stitches. And then the last one in here is so lovely. This is, I think, a viscose jersey because you can see how drapey it is. But if I hold it up, I hope you can see that it's got a sort of lacy eyelet design to it. And it is just so beautiful. Really, really like this. It's an ivory colour and it's just delicate, pretty, beautiful. I don't know where I got this from. I really cannot remember. But it's so lovely and I do not know what to make with it. Yeah, not a clue. I've got plenty of it. I've got at least 2, maybe even 3 meters. So please let me know if you've got any ideas for that, because it's a shame to just have it sat in this box. But there we go. That is my entire stash of jersey fabric. I told you I didn't have much. Right, let's chuck this all back in here. And then I think we've got one more box, which is the good stuff. And then I do have this small pile up here, which I'll show you if you want me to. Wow, I'm surrounded by boxes. It's like I'm moving house. Okay, oh, let's get that one out of the way. Right, should we do this one? Let's do it. Oh, it's jam-packed, this one. I have been buying quite a bit recently. Heck, weighs a ton. Okay, right. So, when I went to Barry's, I also picked up this lovely fabric. And it's a cotton, but it's got a really nice texture to it. And it's just this kind of crazy, colourful design. It's a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I was looking at it in the shop and I was wearing my yellow Robbie pants that day, and the lady said, oh, that goes really nicely with your trousers. So yeah, that was an easy sell, wasn't it? I said, okay, I'll have 2 meters of that. So that will be some kind of shirt, maybe that new French Navy shirt actually. I think I might do it in this. I then have this beautiful cotton, which was from Merry Made Fabrics. That's really pretty. I'd like to turn that into a shirt dress. I really like that. I then have another piece of viscose, which is actually very, very nice, and I'm surprised it's still in here, because when I bought it I thought I'm going to get it home, wash it, cut it out, make it straight away, but I didn't. So it's this one, and this is an art gallery rayon. I've got about 4 meters and it was rather expensive. So yeah, that was from Holly's haberdashery. I don't know, why haven't I used it? I'm not sure. I've then got this now. This is a vintage cotton and it's from Guthrie Ghani. This fabric is less than £10 a metre and it comes in all different colours. It's really, really nice. It's got a lovely texture. Yeah, I really rate this fabric. So go check that out if you're interested in cotton linen-y type fabric. It's a bargain. I then have this, and this I picked up when I went to the rag market a few weeks ago with some of the other sewing vloggers. It was sold to me as a cotton. I'm not entirely sure whether it is a cotton or it's a viscose because it is quite drapey. It might just be a really lightweight cotton lawn or something, but I like that. That will probably end up being a shirt dress at some point. I then have this one. This was a real bargain. So this was from Abercorns in Shrewsbury, and I think it was about £3 a metre, and that's 100% linen. So it's this lovely ivory colour with a sort of beige stripe running through it. So I bought this with the intention of making a shirt or a pair of trousers, but then as I was on my way home I thought I should have got more so I could have made a co-ord set. So I might have a look for a bit more next time I go. If not, it will just be one or the other. But yeah, that was a bargain. I then have one of my favourite purchases of recent weeks, which is this absolutely lovely cotton linen blend Merchant and Mills fabric with this big window check pattern, and this was from So Eco Fabrics. She did have some of this on sale. I'm not sure if there's any left, but I'll link to the shop in the description anyway, so you can go take a look. I have this yellow linen. That was just a remnant piece that I picked up from the remnant bins in Abercorn. So it didn't cost me much of that, maybe a £5. It's probably about 1.2 metres. I have this Lady McElroy cotton lawn. I've had that for quite a while actually. I think it's in this box because I dug it out as one option for a plan recently, and I've got about 4 metres of this. It still doesn't have a plan. I've got this sort of ivory colour drapey cotton, linen, viscosy, some kind of blend. Yeah, there's quite a bit of that there. I think I got that from Abercorn as well in the bins, and I think it had 60% off when I bought it, so there's about 3 metres there, and it probably cost me about £4 or £5. So that was a bargain. I have another remnant bin find from Abercorn, just some black linen. Yeah, not very exciting, but it'll make a good pair of trousers. And another remnant bin find, which is just some sort of coffee type linen. Yeah, not very exciting those ones, were they? I've got some black stretch Serona linen. This came from Fabric Godmother. I've never had this Serona linen before, and I'm not sure on it, to be honest. It's quite thin, and it doesn't have any texture to it at all. I bought it to make a pair of Robbie pants by Tessuti, which I may still do. We shall see. Oh, the pins and needles are back. I have this very lovely piece of for some reason I wanted to say Jane Austen then, but as far as I know Jane Austen didn't make fabric, but Laura Ashley did. So this is Laura Ashley cotton canvas, which will probably be a springy jacket next year, maybe the Ilford jacket or something similar. 2 really good ones in here now. I've got this gorgeous denim. Now that came from Fabric Godmother in one of their sales, and it's beautiful. I want to make a really nice shirt with this. In fact, I might make the Jenna shirt with it for autumn. It is stunning. Really love this. And then the last one in here, this is a bit out there and a bit bright for me, but I have some of this, which is a Fabric Godmother print. I can't remember the name, but it is in this viscose sateen fabric, which which I've never sewn with. But I saw this on a recent trip to the Corner Patch, which is a lovely little haberdashery shop in Staffordshire. Not far away, just over the border from Shropshire in Staffordshire, and it's really pretty, and they had this as a remnant piece. So I snapped that up, and it will probably keep till Christmas. I'll make something fancy with it at Christmas. So yeah, that is all of the boxes. What do you think? I didn't think I had a very big stash, but there's quite a lot of fabric here, isn't there? Nice job, IKEA, on these storage cubes. Yeah, they hold a lot of stuff, and they make you think you don't have as much as you do. I am literally surrounded by boxes. So I've got this little tiny remnant of pink linen, which I've been using for bag linings. That came from Textile Express. They have loads of remnants when you go to their shop. They sell dressmaking fabrics and homeware fabrics, and they have bins full of offcuts and remnants, and every piece is £3. So you can get all kinds of stuff, end of bolts or bits that might be a bit grubby and need a wash for £3. So that's where that came from. This also came from there. This is I think this is a furnishing weight fabric, but it's just a scrap now because I've been practicing my bag design out of this. I have this bit of cotton chambray that I picked up at the Staffordshire Social earlier this month, and I also picked up this. Now, I don't really know why I picked this up, because it is like so out there and crazy and nothing like I would ever usually buy or wear, but I just thought it was so different, so interesting. Got quite a bit of that. Not a clue what to turn it into. I have this one, which Becky from What Beck Sews brought into the social. I think this is a cotton sateen as well. Pretty sure it is. So there's a couple of meters of that. And then, keep on stitching. 2 purchases from So Eco Fabrics lately. I have shown you these already, so I won't talk to you about them too much, but I've got my latest 2 Merchant and Mills linen fabrics here. And the very last one to show you is another one I picked up at the market last weekend, and this was it £2? I think this was £2 a metre. It's 100% linen, and it is this brown checked fabric, and I got 4 meters of that, and I thought I would quite like to give the Palmer woven dress from Stylark a go. I've seen a few people make that recently, and it looks really lovely, and I thought that fabric would be perfect. Oh, flipping heck, I'm exhausted. That is it. That is my small fabric stash. Do you think it's small, or do you think I'm just kidding myself? Yeah, that really is it. If you've stayed till the end, well done. Shall we go and have a cup of tea now? Because I definitely need one. Let me know what you think. Have you got any ideas for any of those fabrics? Have you got any of those fabrics? Have you made anything with them? Did it work? Did it not work? Yeah. Thank you. That was a mammoth video, wasn't it? Right, if you enjoyed it, please give it a like. Subscribe if you don't already. I'll link to what I can in the description box. Have a fab week, and I will see you all very soon. Take care, everyone. Bye now.